Well, we're heading back to Ontario. A little bit late getting back. We went to lunch. We had a lot of horses to train this morning. Schoolers, a qualifier. And then I had a little issue. So although there's great news in Ontario, depending if you're neurotic or not, they're gonna Steve, just like 1/3 of your head, not the full head.
I ain't the whole head.
Okay, I'm just saying. They said March 21st or 27th. 21st, I think, right? March 21st, no more masks in the schools, most of the indoor settings, and they're aiming for an April 27th complete dismantlement of all the COVID restrictions of all kinds in Ontario. My God, what a great hour and day that'll be. So to get back into Ontario, you need, now, at least since the last 2 weeks, you only need a rapid test, but you have to have it taken at a pharmacy. So that's right, that was Aroma Scripts. I always had no problem getting one here in Ohio, no problem. So I went to CVS. I have a CVS My Chart. As you can imagine, you don't imagine the amount of times that I was tested in Ontario over the last year and a half, or tested for Ontario in Ohio and other states. So I had a CVS, like a wallet, whatever, online thing where it kept track of everything. I never thought anything of it. Get up this morning, we get tested. We got to Ohio last night. I got tested at 7:30 at night, which I thought was really convenient. Got tested. Why do I do that? Got tested in Ohio and raced last night. A good night. Got up, trained all the horses. It dawned on me that I hadn't received a text message. I hadn't received an email. I haven't had any confirmation of this rapid test that I was supposed to have back at 8 o'clock at night, 8:30 at night. I go onto my chart. The one from March 2nd, last week, was there. No test results. I hear Steve on the phone trying to get his test results, and it's a nightmare. So I said, no, enough's enough. I'm just going to go get another test. It takes an hour to get the test and 4 hours from the border. I'll probably get it back. One of them, for the love of God, I'll have one of them back by then. And we got there, and I'm telling the lady the situation. She goes, I remember you from the other store, the old 8 store in Northfield. It's like 15 miles away. Gotta be 15 miles away. Like, you have the most amazing memory I've ever seen in my life. She goes, yeah, I saw your name come up, and I saw your plates of your car or whatever. She goes, I was wondering what you were doing down here. I said, well, I was on my way back to Ontario and realized I don't have my results. I can't get back in the country. She went into the store and pulled them off the computer for me. The nicest lady you ever want to meet. She got my results back. So now we're on our way back. Instead of getting back at supper, we'll be back around 8. But nevertheless, we'll be back. So a quick run through from this morning. I know a lot of people saying, oh, what happened to Walk on the Moon? Is he okay? He's fine. He raced one time in his life on a half-mile track, Hanover. I trained him at Northfield in the jog cart in 2.6 2 weeks ago. Never dawned on me that he had any issues, but I guess therein lies the problem. You guys have to understand the difference between 2.6 and a jog cart and going behind the gate. He had 4 turns to go through today. He failed 3 of them. So, just didn't get through. Didn't get around a half very good. Will he? He should be able to. He doesn't interfere. Should be able to get around a half, no problem. But he struggled today with the turns a little bit. Just get to the turn, put a step in, and roll off. Now, his feet were a little warm after, or his feet bothered him. Historically, his feet have bothered him. I know when we raced him at the Meadows, I believe Tim had razor pads on him, I believe, for a little bit, or pads of some sort on him. Either way, it's not, the horse isn't sore. I mean, there's nothing clinically wrong with Walk on the Moon. He looks like $1 million. He's grown up, he's taller, he's put weight on, he looks great. He just didn't get through the turn today, so we'll go to the Meadows on Tuesday. His stake race at Miami Valley is coming up in 10 days. On a 5/8, so it's not the end of the world. He just didn't qualify today, and that's really it. There's nothing else to report. He didn't interfere with himself. He didn't cut himself. He didn't hit himself. He just made a break. 3 of them. So we'll qualify him at the Meadows. That's all. No big deal. We did have 2 schoolers Confederate Cruiser went a mile in 2:1. He must have come a half in a minute, I guess, from where he was. Maybe a little bit better than a minute. A decent qualifier. He was in the same schooler with Procrastinator, who went much faster. I went with Procrastinator, 159 and 3-ish. Last half at 57 and a piece. Last quarter at 28. He was very, very good. Now, Confederate Cruiser, we were planning on going a little slower. Danny, I forget the gentleman's name. He's a nice man. Anyway, he was at the barn. He went with Confederate Cruiser. He did everything right, did nothing wrong. We scoped them both after, both clean, which is important because Confederate Cruiser was always good, but Procrastinator always had pimples and mucus. None to report today. So just great news all around from the schoolers. And then rewind a little bit further, we did have trainers this morning. Now, a lot of people, you may have noticed, I believe on the site you'll see horses named Del Cash, Del Breeze, Gemstone Ruby Rose. Those horses were sent to us, and a nice lady had messaged me, you know, we can't do everything in the industry, but I want to help when we can. And a lady had messaged me this winter and said, you know, my husband and I own one share of a horse with you. We have 3 other horses we're training. My husband's in the hospital with COVID. I was just diagnosed. I tested positive. So did my son. You know, we're both sick. You know, the horses are missing time, and you know, we can't really take care of them right now. Is there anything you can do, or anybody you know that might want to train them? So I told her we'd do our best to help out. We brought the horses up to Northfield Park, got them shod the way we wanted, and then this was in the time when we were trying to juggle caretakers, right? So we ended up shipping them back to Ontario, training them down there. They did a great job there. And then we brought them all back over here. I've been training for a while. I hadn't got a chance to go with Gemstone Ruby Rose, as she stayed here. Sorry, the 2 Pacers went to Ontario. I went with all 3 of them this morning. They were good. Gemstone Ruby Rose, a 3-year-old trotting filly. Now, she's a good 3 weeks away just because of work, just sheer work, speed. She's got speed. 2.6 last half and 1.1 last quarter, and 29 and 3 or 29 and 4. I was very happy with Gemstone Ruby Rose. Had made some shoeing changes. I went with her first trip. She made a couple of breaks. We changed her equipment around a little bit, went back out, just like that. She was like a brand new horse. She was really, really good this morning. The other 2, again, got to put some more work into them, but both of them went a mile in 2.5 also. Del Cash and Del Breeze both look pretty good. The Air Cash Hanover, the big colt, a little lazy, but he was by himself, so you know that'll happen. But a good mile, and the other colt just did his work well. So happy with those 3, and trained Amor Diener. Now Amor Diener put a step in down the backstretch and rolled off, but still went a mile in 2.6, like 28 and 4 on the end of it. He has turned into a totally different horse. You guys are not going to believe how he looks when you see him. No hobbles, no boots. Just a set of brace bandages behind. He looked real good. Really, really impressed with how he looked. Was that it? Was that all 4 of them? Just 4 to train? I think I'm missing one. I did. I trained up Tom. Trained up Tom a mile and a half. She was good also. So pretty good training day today in Ohio. Tomorrow it's going to be busy back on the Canadian side of the border. We have 5 to qualify. I'll try, but I'm not going to say I'm going to get them right. Who are we qualifying tomorrow? We have, does Jason have any? Harry has some. Almost there. Boss is in to qualify. He's got a brand new set of hobbles. We just bought them. They're on with the back of the car. They're on the way home with me. I'm going to fail. This is going to be an epic fail. Mario, Peanut Butter and Jelly, is in to qualify. Stonebridge Simba is in to qualify with LD's Patrick. That's 4, missing 1. Come on, Steve, we need 1 horse. LD's Patrick. Jason's calling me. I should have asked him who it was. I'm missing 1 anyway. We have 5 in to qualify, and we also have schoolers going behind the gate. Stonebridge Acadi is going to school, and so is Resolute Bay. He looks real good right now. So that's 7 horses to school tomorrow. A lot of horses racing on Monday. We have 5 or 6 in to go Monday at Mohawk. Unfortunately, 4 of them have to race against one another, so 2 and 2. Iglair AM has to race against, Royston's Bunch has to race against Iglair AM. That's a bit lopsided. And Locatelli is in the backup class with Kings County. Also on the card is Stay Close. Keep your eye and stay close. And Captain Michael Dio is in also. So a lot of racing coming up. We're racing, I believe, what's today? Thursday? Nothing today. Who am I forgetting? I got almost there, boss.
You got it.
It was the first one I mentioned. Thanks for paying attention. Listen, we have lots of racing on right now. Lots coming up. Tons of horses schooling and qualifying. And just been really busy. So I'm on my way back now. We'll be back in Ontario at 8 o'clock. But I did want to bring everybody an update. Relax. Walk on the Moon is perfectly fine. Just didn't get around the half real good today. Century Invictus, Steve. I knew you'd get it. Harry likes that horse a lot. He looked good the other day training. So, Walk on the Moon's fine. He'll qualify at the Meadows on Tuesday. Jason's going to ship him up to Tim, get him qualified, so he's ready to go to Miami Valley. Stay Close is going to Miami Valley. Royson's Punch is going to Miami Valley. As I said, Walk on the Moon is going to Miami Valley. And No Free Lunch is heading to Miami Valley. So Jason's got 4 hours to Miami Valley. Almost the same distance to Miami Valley in a truck and trailer as it is for us to drive home to Ontario from Northfield. It's a haul. So Jason's going to get some stalls partway at Thornville, where we used to be stabled in southern Ohio, and race them out of there. So again, more racing coming up in the next couple of weeks. So with that, I will sign off. Talk to you all very soon. We had a great night last night. We had a great day today qualifying. A little hiccup with Moon. Relax. We'll rectify that on Tuesday. And then it will be literally off to the races. Take care.